You should watch First to Third because of your commitment to excellence.
Drunken debauchery.
Athletic achievement.
PBR.
Competition.
Women.
Money.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him.
Welcome to First to Third. This week we're doing a little podcast to highlight the circuit schedule and host an FAQ for everyone. Ask questions to admin. What's up, admin?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Vicky. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, first show of 2012. Who thought we'd make it this long?
Let's do it. Let's get in a lot of episodes this year.
Awesome.
So listen, we had a couple requests online, Facebook and Twitter, to understand how the circuit works. So we're going to go over that a little bit on tonight's episode, and then do a little more stuff later. But admin, tell us, start off with the 2012, a little bit about the circuit.
So, in short, I'll give you what Kickball 365 is, and that's basically we're the home of competitive kickball in America. Our goal as a company is to work with independent contractors across the country who love the sport of kickball, who want to host competitive kickball tournaments, in some cases at the same time host regular social charity kickball events as well. But we want to enable kickballers from across the country to be able to travel, make a lot of friends, enjoy a one-of-a-kind kickball experience that you're not going to see anywhere else, and that has an end destination or an end goal. So we're all about the love of the game, and that's what the circuit is. It's basically about challenging yourself in a sport that you love, and at the same time be able to go to places across the country that you've never been to and compete at a higher level.
Right on, man. That's what we love to do. Yeah. It started small, but it's getting bigger.
Yeah. So just some brief background. Every year we announce the circuit schedule. The schedule events we always refer to as the national tour. So the best kind of analogy is look at what NASCAR is. You have the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and you also have the Sprint Cup Series. For the circuit, we have the National Tour. In this case, we're going to have 15 events this year. Last year we had 7. This year we're jumping it up to 15. We have a lot of new cities. If you're curious of where those events are, when they are, go to www.thisiskickball.com, and you'll see the complete list. There are only 3 events that don't have a date. And it's our strict policy that we're not going to tell you a date unless field permits are pretty much locked down and ready to go. Long time ago, we had an organization who announced an event and then canceled it and pulled it out from underneath everybody, and a lot of people had travel plans and hotel plans and flights, and it really upset a lot of people. So we try to maintain a strict policy where we'll tell you about the event. So like San Francisco, for example, we'll tell you that there's going to be a San Francisco event. We're going to do everything we can to make that event happen. We feel confident enough to put it on the schedule and let everybody know, but because we don't have the dates just set in stone with the field permit, we're going to hold back and just say, it's coming in September. But 15 events and then 1 cup championship. That is basically our crown jewel. You want to be the best of the best, you got to win the cup championship. Last year, the Meatballs from Florida won the Cup Championship. It was in Las Vegas. We had 22 of the 24 teams come to compete. It was a blast. And this year in 2012, we've picked a new location and a different time. And that's going to be New Orleans in November on Veterans Day weekend. So it's going to be a pretty crazy year. 16 events total. You don't have to go to all of them, and we'll get into the details later, but we'll be good to go. The East Coast event, the kickoff is the SFKO, which is the South Florida Kickball Open. That is February 18th. You guys are going?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, if you haven't signed up, you still got a lot of time. I think right now we got about 18 to 19 teams. There's still teams that I'm aware of that haven't signed up. So if you're one of those teams, calling you out, people from the continental United States, sign up because we need to know who's coming so we can begin the process of doing the seedings, and the event managers will get back to you and let you know, who's who and who's going to play who. But you'll get all that before you even get on a plane, so stay tuned. And then if you're on the West Coast and you can't make it out, we've got the West Coast kickoff event in Long Beach. It's March 24th, so you got an extra month to plan for that. Great event. The first one was held last year. Had a lot of fun. An all-star team. Oakley and I went out there and won. But there's a lot of really good kickball teams that didn't have a chance to compete at that event last year. So if you're anywhere within driving distance or flying distance of Los Angeles and you can afford it to come out there on the 24th, go. It's going to be a blast. Now,
Admin, the LA event is going to be 2 tournaments, actually, right? Is that still the case?
Yes, it is. So the best of the West, as they're calling the Long Beach LA tournament, is a varsity tournament and then a JV social tournament. So if you want to compete just to kind of get a taste of what the circuit's like, we invite you to come to the varsity event. That's where the best of the best will play for cash. You'll play circuit rules, circuit ball, everything you would see in New Orleans or any other event across the country, you'll see in that varsity event. If you just want to go out there, have fun, play a little kickball, and then go crazy when it comes time for the after party. Again, we encourage everybody to hold off on any alcohol until it's actually at a bar or a place where you should drink. Then you do the JV event. So we'll post the link below so you can see the registration. But there's 2 events in Los Angeles, and there's actually probably going to be 2 events at the Albuquerque event, which is now May 12th, not May 5th. We had let's just say an issue with the city's permit holders. But a couple tournaments are going to begin to offer too. We'll see. We're open to whatever works.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Admin, I guess you started to talk a little bit about like what the circuit actually is, comparing it a little bit to NASCAR. But you want to elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah. So in short, folks play kickball across the country, and I'll use DC, Washington, D.C., for example. There are 7 different kickball leagues. And of the 7 different kickball leagues, there's a couple teams in each league that, think they're the best of the best. And they go and they brag and they kick everybody's butt. And, you've got kickball boys running around, being division champs. And then they brag, and then that's that. Well, a couple years ago, we thought that, there should be more than that. So we started doing these open events. And then 2 years ago, we did circuit events. And then last year, the circuit kind of came to fruition where we decided that we had to build an organization or a company built around bringing together the best of the best to compete and actually crown a true champion. In doing so, we looked at a number of rule books from across the country and tried to find middle ground that was not, male-driven, or, we left out the females, or not, so much like softball that it wasn't really kickball. But we looked across the board and kind of found a middle ground. We asked a lot from our community. If you've never been to kickball365.com, the forum has a massive database of posts and threads about why they love the sport, what they like about it, the rule change. Folks are addicted to the sport, and we recognize that. We wanted to do something for them. So we built the rule book, we built the format, we built just the idea of events leading up to a cup championship. We've also put in place that if you are the best of the best locally, but you can't attend any of our events, we have a way to get into that. We'll go over that later. But in short, you attend any of our events across the country, you earn points, very similar to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and then those points are basically what drive your seeding at the end of the Cup Championship. So the circuit is just that, an opportunity for a one-of-a-kind experience. You can go to 15 different cities, including Atlanta, LA, DC, New York, Chandler, Arizona, St. Louis, San Francisco, San Diego, you name it, we've got it covered for now. And then you just compete with the best. And then if you're really the best, we invite you to come to New Orleans at the end, and then win $10,000 to start off with. But that's always a good incentive to win some cash at the same time.
And I think what really gets people hooked on travel kickball is, the sport is awesome. The competition is outstanding, but it's really the scene and the people. And, the fact that over these last couple of years of playing travel kickball, we've made friends in different cities and using the Kickball 365 forum, gotten to know people, from Florida and DC and Virginia and California and Arizona and all over the place. And you go out to these tournaments, and it's like going on vacation with 600 of your friends.
Yeah. It's funny, first couple of times, everybody you start to meet, you know them by their screen name.
Yeah.
I mean, people still don't know what my real name is, which I'm fine with.
Wait, your name's not admin? I'm confused.
No, it is. It is. I'm legally documenting that as also known as. But that's the first couple events in DC and New York. Like, you start talking to a guy, and he's kind of nice, and then you find out what his screen name is, and it feels like you've known the guy for years.
Like, oh, dude,
it's so cute.
You're that guy, and I totally hate you on the board, but in real life, you're kind of cool. What is that about?
Yeah, it's Oakley. You're right. Like it's that's why we say it's a true vacation experience. But at the same time, like you travel with your friends, and in some cases, folks bring family, folks bring their parents, cousins, uncles, or they travel to events where they have family and invite them to come out and watch. And at the same time, we live stream all of our events now on the internet. We'll do a little product announcement at the end of the show, but folks, if they can't make it, they'll jump on the live stream, watch the event, and join in the chat room or on the forum and just talk about what they're seeing on the stream. So it's a very unique experience. I invite anybody that plays the game because they love it and they like to just see, maybe we can compete, come out. And if you get your butt whooped, don't give up. All of us sucked at one point, unless you're the meatballs or panic attack. Like, you just get better. I mean, that's the point of, it's competition at its best. Our average age group goes from anywhere 22 to up to like 40. So if you think you're good at the game, come on out and test your skills.
You know what all our teams are? Sorry, go ahead, Michaela.
Well, I was just going to say, I think I'm pretty good at the game. I'm from DC. I play in a social league. But I'm really excited to prove that I'm really good and I'm the best of the best. How do I qualify for the cup? What do I have to do to get a team and then get to this cup and prove that we're that good?
So that's actually a good question. A lot of folks were asking us that after we posted our press release. Again, we'll put a link to that. That kind of defines what the circuit is and what the cup championship is. So in short, anyone who attends a circuit event, so again, we talked about the national tour, so there's 15 opportunities for you to take your team to any one of these events, register, through the registration site for that event. If you go and compete, your team automatically has the ability then to qualify for the cup championship. So if you just take your team, Michaela's team wearing the white and orange shirt, and you guys go to the DC circuit, or let's just say you go to the South Florida Kickball Open in February, you can then register as members of the circuit, and then you basically have earned your ticket to the Cup Championship.
Even if my team gets totally destroyed in every single game,
correct,
10-0.
If you go to the DC circuit event and you get 32nd out of 32 teams, you can still qualify for the Cup. Now, we have what we call the circuit scoring system, which is the CSS. It's basically how we award points. So if you do really well at the DC tournament, you'll earn points for how well you do. You even earn points just for showing up. When it comes time to do the seeding for New Orleans, we'll look at every team that has attended any circuit event that has officially registered, so they paid their ticket into the Cup. We'll look at how many points you earned at the events you traveled to. So if you only went to one, we'll just look at that one. And then from there, we'll say, all right, Michaela's team, they didn't do so hot, but there's actually a team that went to New Mexico that did worse, or the team that went to New York and did even worse. You're third from the bottom, but you still earn a chance to compete for over $10,000.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, I should clarify one more thing, though. Let's say, Oakley, let's say you're the best of the best in Brooklyn kickball. You've never been to a circuit event. Maybe there's one in your backyard, but you guys hadn't, so many people couldn't make it that you couldn't, take the team you wanted to take to that event. Let's say you won Brooklyn kickball. You could apply to Kickball 365 and apply to the circuit and say, hey, look, we're a league champion, and we have definitions in the structure document, which I'll post a link to. That's basically, think of it as the Holy Bible of what the circuit is all about. Within the document, it'll define what a league champion is, and you can apply, beginning, I think it's in August, that says, hey, we're a league champion. here's our commissioner, he's vouching for us, we want in. You can apply as a league champion or a wild card to say, we want in the cup. If we have space and you're willing to, to pay the entry fee to join us, you too can go to the cup as well. However, because you didn't go to any circuit events, we're not going to give you any points whatsoever as far as seeding. So you'll pretty much be at the very bottom of the pack when it comes to seeding, but you'll earn a ticket to the cup.
That would be awesome to see a Brooklyn kickball team come. Never scared.
Right?
What are you doing in November?
That's really cool, though, for people who aren't quite sure about it, and then they hear about it, and they see something in DC, and I'm just saying DC because I'm here, but they see something they really can want to get a group together, and they're able to, and win that division, whatever they're in. That's awesome.
And it's not limited to domestic teams. I'll throw that out there. Toronto kickball has a great scene. I've been told Vancouver has a growing scene from the underdog up in Seattle, right? So if we do have people who click from Spain, Italy, France, India, and Australia that look at the site. I don't know who you are. Please introduce yourself sometime. We'd love you to get you on the show. But if you have a kickball team and you are the league champion in your local league, apply. Come on out. We'd love to have you in New Orleans. It's going to be a huge party. I'm a little frightened by how crazy it might get.
It's going to be a blast. I don't know if all the teams are going to make it to the tournament on Saturday.
It's a race from Thursday to Sunday. Who's going to survive?
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Hype Cup will be awarded.
We should probably have a Hype Cup for every night. But
oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
But yeah, you're gonna be in a position if you are one or the other. You attend an event or you apply as a league champion or a wild card. You're good to go. And just to clarify, folks that have watched the show or have been in the circuit, we used to reward circuit points to teams that were league champions. We're not going to do that. You can no longer win circuit points outside of the circuit. We had some great feedback. And again, we're very transparent. We listen to our members. We listen to our players. And we had enough people kind of give us enough justification to say, all right, this is a change. So you'll see that announcement, that rule change or the circuit scoring structure changes soon in the structure document.
All the more reason to go to a tournament, even before New Orleans.
Just go.
There's going to be one in your area.
Yeah. There's definitely one within the region of the country you live in. That's for sure.
You will regret not going to a circuit event before New Orleans. I can promise you, because you'll go there and one, you'll be completely kind of a fish out of water trying to figure out what's going on, and two, you'll go, I missed out on all this awesomeness. Damn. Go.
Yeah.
Go to one at least.
And
you'll be fucked.
Keep playing socially. If you play in a local league and you kick everybody's ass and they really hate you, save those competitive juices for those circuit events. Get your team. I mean, teams practice. Teams have been practicing now for months for the South Florida tournament. Folks in the southeast part of the states, you're finally getting a little bit of cold weather. Enjoy it. But, folks in D.C. are renting out gyms. Folks in New York I'm assuming, Oakley, you guys have been practicing. Yeah. I know, folks from Boston, it's been really getting cold up there. They're warming up. Everybody is gearing up for this. The South Florida event, every circuit event, they're going to reward cash. So, if you like to kick everybody's butt in your local league and you think there might be something more out there, just come on out. Just try it out. Find something close to you. Pay the entry fee, see how well you do, and you never know.
That's all of us. That's every team. That's how we all found each other. We were the team, the one team in our league at home that, God, these guys, such assholes. Rolling everyone 20-0. It's not even fun.
Everyone's chugging beers and doing Jello shots on the sidelines when you're playing them. They're not even trying. They're running backwards. That's no fun.
No, it's not, and that's what we tell. We work with a lot of league partners. We work with a lot of folks, and we just tell them look, find that competitive team. Tell them to cool it down, have more fun. They don't have to prove that they're the best of the best by scoring 20-1. Obviously they want to compete, and they'll let them compete. But we invite them to come on out to any one of our 15 events to compete. Win cash, and then have a blast. You'll meet a lot of really, really cool, good people, and you make a lot of new friends. Yeah, like this. So,
and you might win some money.
Yeah, which is always good. I mean, If you've never heard of the circuit and you want to know what kind of money, Panic Attack last year, I'm pretty sure they took home over $10,000 total. Meatballs alone took home over $10,000 total, and they also won the DC tournament, which I think was like $4,000. I can't remember what the check was, but there's money to be made in competitive kickball. So if you're good, come on out. Definitely read the rule book before you come, though, because a lot of teams come out and get confused.
Do you change is there any changes to the prize pool this year?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Something else that came up recently. So last year we gave first place $10,000. Second place was $2,500. Final four was $1,250. So we basically rewarded the top 8 teams, and also the Elite 8. This year we're going to double that. We're actually going to pay out the top 16 teams now. The champion, runner-up, Final Four, and Elite 8, those prize points are going to stay the same. And a lot of the teams, that come in in the Sweet 16, we're going to give you $250, which is something. We think it's enough that you kind of be happy that you can go. Hopefully we'll do it where you can have a gift card and you can walk over to the bar that night.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the captain shares the gift card. But we wanted to kind of increase the prize pool even more. We're expecting more teams, given that the event is on the East Coast. It is on the Sunday, so if you're West Coast and you're concerned about travel dates, you can travel Friday, recover Saturday, and compete on Sunday. Monday is a federal holiday, but again, I don't know if you have Veterans Day off, but we're going to basically increase it out. We're also going to do we did individual awards last year. We really weren't sure how it was going to work because it was the first time we really did a structured circuit of National Tour. We're going to give out, again, trophies to the top teams in the National Tour based on circuit points. We're not going to give cash because we kind of thought it was a little unfair that some teams went to like 6 different events, had the most points, yet they might not have won, but they did better. So we're basically going to reward awards to the top teams, but we're also going to increase the amount of individual awards that we're going to do. We gave out an MVP this year, but we gave it to one guy, and we didn't pay respect to the females because there are a lot of really good girls. So in 2012, we're going to have an MVP male and female. We're going to have Best Rookie Team again, Best Social Team, Breakthrough Team, Most Impressive Win, Best Team Logo, and a new one, Best Team Jersey. And I should point out that all these awards that we're talking about, if you're a registered circuit player, not somebody on the forum, but if you're a registered circuit player who's going to attend the Cup, or you went to at least one event, you're going to go to the Cup, you're going to have a chance to vote on this during the month of October. So, again, you get a special privilege as a member for the circuit, and we'll open it up. Everybody will have a chance to vote, and we'll give out some nice little plaques again. So, I had the IB one for Most Impressive Win over Panic Attack.
Whoop.
So, Best Team Logo went to the Shower Hammers, right?
It did.
Where is it?
We should have got Most Impressive Win too. We beat Panic Attack twice.
Yeah, we did better.
It's on the trophy case.
I think Meatballs have got their. I don't even know where the second Circuit Cup trophy is right now. Meatballs, let us know. Take a photo. But yeah, so there are some changes to the pool, prize pool, and also to the National Tour Awards. So we're looking forward to it. We're still not sure if we're going to do an MVP for the Circuit Cup because it's just too tough to really like poll votes and everything else. But we'll look into it.
That's just really hard to get people after the games to pick somebody.
Yeah. Maybe if we had like some mobile app that could do it. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd just be really hard to, especially if someone suffered a tough loss or something like that. I know I wouldn't care who got MVP.
Yeah.
At that time.
So you in short, in summary, go to one of the events, earn your points. That's your seeding. So if you have a chance to go to multiple events or just really kick butt at one of the events and just load up on circuit points, that's where you're seeding. So if you go to South Florida, the first event of the year, and then by the middle of the year, your team's still in the top 5, you should be fine in terms of points. We do weigh points. We have a strength of event. So if you go to South Florida, you're going to see 20-plus quality teams. That obviously will be a higher weighted event versus, say, not going to be mean to St. Louis or a Boston, but you're going to see a lot more talented kickball teams go to a South Florida, DC, maybe even Atlanta this year. We might see a couple more. But for like a Jacksonville, something new on the tour, hopefully folks can decide to go to these events or multiple events. But it'll be good. We'll have it all ready to go come October for the voting for the awards, and then November we'll finally figure out who's the best of the best.
And you know what? If you're listening to this, you haven't been to a tournament before, come on the Kickball 365 forum, lurk, find out what teams people are talking about, like what the scene's like. As we get closer to the South Florida event, the boards really pick up and everyone starts posting and things get really interesting. So it's a fun read. Come on and post, introduce yourself. And it's a good way to, get a couple of names and faces before you come to an event, people you can come up and talk to and that can help show you around. It's a great community. People always want to help each other out. I'm Kickbot on the message board. Admin is obviously admin. Pinky, what's your handle?
I'm Pinky.
Pinky. There you go.
Perfect.
Easy. But if you're coming to lurk and you're coming to read, don't judge.
Don't judge.
Judge. No, judge. Judge.
One, don't judge personalities. Two, don't judge if you're new to competitive kickball, the fact that people are talking about it.
And bragging about it.
I didn't get it. And then as soon as I really got into the competitiveness of the circuit, I would see stuff on there, and I haven't posted yet, but I really wanted to be like, what are you talking about? But
what you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about? Well, I was good, so don't judge and go, these are a bunch of weirdos talking about kickball. You will get it. Come to a circuit event first.
Yeah. And
then you judge.
And also, within the circuit, we have this thing called the theater, or within the forum, we have this thing called the theater. That's where we post a lot of the videos. So at every event, let me borrow the camera for a second. At every event, we always live stream the events, and we often have a lot of players ask, what's the URL to watch the event this week? And in the very beginning of last season, it was a little confusing. We apologize. I think it was like kickball.com/live/events, and then it was go to Facebook, and then it was... Anyways, so we wanted to simplify everything this year. So, Kickball 365 has products. The circuit is one of those products. Another one of the products that we're proud to announce tonight is watchkickball.com. So right now, if you bookmark, save, tell all your friends, watchkickball.com, we're going to stream every circuit event to that one spot. So you won't have to go lurking or finding. We're also going to, in the future, right now if you go to it, it'll just take you to the Facebook page with our live stream. But in the future, we're going to have, obviously, the live streams from all the events. There'll be a chat room so you can interact with the folks watching the live stream. We'll record them so you can watch them again in the future. But we're also going to start to throw a bunch of the YouTube clips that we feel demonstrate what the circuit is. So we invite you right now to, making sure it's working, to go to watchkickball.com, bookmark it. We'll begin to tell everybody on the boards that it now exists, and check it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was shocked that the domain was open, so good to go.
It is a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
You have to spell it with a Z or an exclamation point or something like that.
Yeah, no bit.ly/, we apologize for the confusion we had in 2011. We got our head on straight for 2012. Watchkickball.com. Check it out.
There's some software products in the pipeline that are going to make this better every year.
There are some things coming down the pipe. We'll keep those close to the chest for now. But again, if you've never heard of the site or never seen a kickball event, go to the theater, go to the live stream, go to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We talk about everything kickball. It's not only about us. We want to showcase just how much kickball there is in this country because it's definitely something that's grown, and we're glad to be a part of it. We want to showcase not just the competitive side, but also the social side. So check us out.
All right.
So Oakley, that's all I got. You guys?
I think that's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap. Occupy Columbia. No, seriously, that's all I got.
All right. Good night, folks.
Good night.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Happy New Year.
I just want to take a moment to thank Complete Discovery Source. They're a huge supporter of the circuit and of the national tour. They are the Circuit Cup Championship sponsor. They're a full-service provider of electronic discovery services. They have compiled a team from around the world, top-notch project managers, engineers, developers, and consultants to work with you, the clients. If you're interested, by all means, check them out, cdslegal.com. They are committed to helping you through the discovery process. So again, cdslegal.com. Check them out.
Hey, support companies that support kickball.
Definitely.
There you go, buddy.
Definitely.
Welcome to Kickball 365. Wait, what are we doing? All right, cut that part out.